This is Mujib from North Country Kettlebells. Today I'm going to be talking about the goblet clean and squat movement combination. So talking about a few components of doing proper goblet clean and squats. The first thing, doing all of the components of a proper goblet clean and the proper goblet squat. So I'm not using my arms to bring the kettlebell up, I'm using my hips to power the movement. As I squat down, I'm not letting that kettlebell get out of my control, but I'm keeping it consistently in the same place. I'm coming to full extension of my hips, both for the clean and for the squat. Now that's going to lead us into our second component, and that's making sure, again, to reiterate that we're always coming to the top of full extension at the top of our cleans and at the top of our squats. And by full extension, I mean full extension of the hips. So that means as I get to the top of my squat, I want to make sure that my hips are returning to full extension. As I come out of that squat into full extension of my hips, I can use a bit of the momentum that I've gained from doing that movement and power the dismount of my clean, going right back into a nice back swing, and then again driving my hips to full extension to power that clean back into the goblet rack position, getting me ready for another squat. So I can start to time my full hip extensions with my movements so that at the top of my squat I full hip extend, go into my back swing, full hip extend for the clean, and then right back into my squat again. That just creates for a nice fluid movement, and especially if we're trying to give ourselves a nice conditioning set, it's nice to know how to fluidly go from one clean into one squat without having to stop and pause, but also knowing that when we start stringing them together, we're not starting to get sloppy with our movement or inconsistent with our finishing positions. That leads me into one of the last components when I think about the goblet clean and squat, is the breathing coordination. So when I've gotten pretty good at coordinating my breath for my swings, again, a basic breathing pattern for my swing is in at my back swing, out when my hips drive. When it comes to coordinating my breathing with my goblet clean and squat, I can use all of the breathing mechanics of my swing. Once I catch the kettlebell, I can inhale as I squat, exhale as I come up, go right back into my next clean. So I can really get into coordinating my breath with my movement with the goblet clean and squat once I understand all the components of doing goblet cleans, doing proper squats, and using the coordination of my breathing pattern to make sure that I don't gas myself out. With the basic goblet clean and squat, again, we're going to keep the rep counts pretty low, between 5 and 10 reps, because I don't want my movement to start to break down as I'm just getting into practicing it. For me, it's going to be a little bit easier to keep track of my sets if I keep my rep counts low versus letting my rep counts go on for so long that I don't remember the first rep by the time I get to the last one. Again, just trying to maintain control and comfort with each set. So again, those components of my goblet clean and squat are going to be all of the mechanics that go into a basic goblet clean and a basic goblet squat. Making sure that I'm getting to full extension of my hips for both the clean and the squat, and coordinating my breathing patterns with my movement so that I can make sure that I'm having an even exchange and that I'm not getting gassed out in the process. Try out the goblet clean and squat, see how you like it for a conditioning movement, and let me know what you think. For now, this is Mujib from North Country Kettlebells talking about goblet clean and squats.